Hey, what's going on, you guys? Jordan over here at the Movie Den. I hope you all are doing well. So today we've got this stuff from Arrow Video, and I gotta be honest, I got some thoughts about this film. First off, what a fun movie this is. This one is directed by Larry Cohen. He's the same guy that brought you Maniac Cop and It's Alive, just to name a couple. And like those, this has kind of got that same wild energy that Larry Cohen is known to have. Now, if you haven't seen this and you're unfamiliar with this film, basically the story is there's this mysterious substance, this white goo that is discovered that is coming up out of the ground, and for some reason, the guy who discovers it decides it would be a great idea to grab it and put it in his mouth and try it. Well, it ended up working for him because it was he loved it. It was addicting and it tasted really good. So one thing leads to another, and there are some corporate bigwigs. What they do is they decide they're going to cash in on this opportunity, and they create this product that they're going to release to the US, and it is going to be a big hit, and they call it the stuff. And they market it as this ice cream. But one night there is this kid, and at home he does notice, I think it was in the fridge, he notices that it starts moving. So he is determined at that point to stop everyone from eating this substance called the stuff. From his family to he goes to a supermarket and goes nuts and just like demolishes the stuff everywhere, pulling it from the counters, pulling it from the aisles, the freezer sections, everything, because he is convinced that there is something wrong with this, and rightfully so. I mean, you see something like that moving that shouldn't be moving. There's something going on. All the while, at the same time that is going on, you do have this ex-FBI agent who now gets hired to basically sabotage corporations. And that's what happens. He is hired to try and not really sabotage, maybe sabotage, but go in to discover, hey, what is in this substance called the stuff, what's the ingredients, and what really is it? Eventually their two paths cross, the ex-FBI agent and this kid. Their paths cross, and they decide they're going to go and stop the stuff from getting out and consuming everybody. Now, this movie is cheesy. It's got a low budget, you can tell, but I think that's what gives it its charm. It feels straight from the 80s in that aspect. You know, it really reminds me a lot of The Blob. Obviously with the white goo in this, very similar to The Blob, as it just consumes and consumes and consumes, similar to the stuff in here. But also Dawn of the Dead, which, bear with me for a second. You see, George A. Romero is very well known for putting kind of social commentary in his films. And in the case of Dawn of the Dead, it was all about consumerism. That was the big thing about that film. Well, in a nutshell, that's what this is as well. Larry Cohen does take a stab at talking about consumerism in the U.S. and kind of how we have that mentality of I want more and more and more. That's what this film is about. And one of the new featurettes in here with some unseen interviews, he does talk about how he had talked about at one time while we had soldiers out fighting in war, we were giving them Camel cigarettes, and they were promoting cigarettes because cigarettes was diagnosed from doctors. Well, of course, we know that got stopped, and now it's drugs. On TV, medication is being advertised here in the U.S., and it's funny, it's illegal in other countries, but I'm not going to go too far into that. But he does talk about that, and that was kind of his mentality going into not only writing this fun, cheesy story about really irresistible ice cream, but also behind that is a story about consumerism. So that's how I kind of tied this with Dawn of the Dead. I know it's crazy, but think about it, it is true. Another really cool thing about this film is there's some great practical effects, and for it being low budget, it was really awesome. You do get a really awesome scene with Chocolate Chip Charlie, one of the characters. His basically mouth opens up, and it looks really, really cool. Really, really good. That's a standout scene. It's actually on here right there. That scene right there is really, really neat in the film. And then you also have, as far as acting, and the character who is the boy's father is just eerie. in like a sadistic way, and it gets worse and worse as the film continues on. He just puts chills down my spine. I mean, like there's a scene where, you know, he's kind of commanding the room, and he basically, the little boy would not eat the stuff, and he has an older brother. He's playing a video game or something on the TV, and the dad just says, "Get him, you know, sick him, go after him," and then they all start chasing the little boy. It's wild. But let's go ahead and let's talk about this release from Arrow Video. Now, you are getting a brand new 4K from the OCN, and you are getting it in Dolby Vision. Now, it's really grainy, I will say that, but it's not to a fault. It gives it the quality that it is a lower budgeted film, but it still looks really, really good. Some of the scenes I think look great. The film grain doesn't bother me at all. It still reminds me that, hey, I'm watching a film, and I do like that. As far as audio goes, unfortunately, you're only getting a mono 1.0 track. So I think as far as audio is concerned, there is much to be desired. I mean, at least give us a 4.0. I was kind of hoping for, heck, even a 2.0. No, you are just getting the 1.0 track. I'm sure there's a reason, but, you know, just from me seeing it, I would really love to see kind of more separation in the tracks, maybe some, you know, stuff behind me, you know, little things like that. So that is one gripe I do have about this. But to counter that, you are getting some incredible special features. Now, you are getting a brand new audio commentary. You're getting an archival audio commentary. You're actually getting 2 feature-length documentaries in this thing, plus a brand new featurette that has, as I talked about earlier, unseen interviews re-edited and, you know, put back together for this. So great stuff there, as well as the pre-release cut that is unfortunately only on the Blu-ray. Plus, you're getting a booklet with some essays and the normal stuff you get with Arrow Video. But let's go ahead. I'm going to take you over to my overhead cam shot. Per usual, we're going to unbox this. We're going to see what comes in this release, and then we'll wrap it up from there. All right, guys, so here it is, the brand new Arrow Video 4K release of the stuff. There is the front new artwork you've got right there. I really do like this artwork that they did for this release. Enough is never enough. There, and then on the bottom we've got the stuff, and then on the back is all of the special features that this thing comes with. As I talked about earlier, this thing is packed with a bunch of stuff, so you can go ahead and pause the video if you guys would like to take a look and see everything that this comes with. All right, let's go ahead and take this slip cover off. As you can see, it is the same artwork, but of course, you know, Arrow, they will give you a reversible artwork for the original artwork. But anyways, same on the front, same on the side, and same on the back. Let's go ahead and open this up. So in here, you are getting your 4K disc right here. Now, one thing that is unfortunate is the new pre-release cut is only available on the Blu-ray. On the 4K, you are getting the theatrical cut, but you're also getting a lot of those features on the 4K. And then on the Blu-ray right here, it is the pre-release version. So you're only getting that, like I said, on the Blu-ray. So there is the 2 discs, and then you're also getting your booklet right here. Same artwork as you can see right there. There's the back, the stuff. Let's go ahead and fan through this for you guys. And there you are. Let's take a look at the table of contents. You're getting cast and crew. You're getting flavor of the month, consumerism, and Reagan's America, and Larry Cohen's The Stuff by Daniel Burnett. Enough is Never Enough, food, cult horror, and Larry Cohen's The Stuff by Joel Harley. About the presentation and production credits. This thing is 31 pages. Let's take a look about the presentation. So it says The Stuff has been exclusively restored by Arrow Films and is presented in its original aspect ratio and original mono audio. The original 35mm camera negative was scanned in 4K 16-bit at Photochem, I think that's how you say it. The film was restored in 4K and graded in SDR, HDR10, and Dolby Vision by Dragon Post. The materials sourced for this new master were made available by Lakeshore Entertainment. So guys, there's everything that is in that. And then, of course, like I said, you do get reversible artwork. And as you can see here, the original artwork, which I really do like that original artwork as well. So I'm going to go ahead and flip this around here right now. All right, look at that, guys. Isn't that awesome? So there we have everything that comes in this new 4K release from Arrow Video of The Stuff. So guys, that is my full review of the new Arrow 4K release of The Stuff. Guys, this is such a fun movie. I highly recommend you guys checking it out. It's cheesy goodness. It's just a great film, and it's making me really want to get like a little prop pint jar of the stuff just to kind of set back there. I think that'd be pretty cool. But anyways, of course, links will be down below in the description for you guys. It will be over at the movie room, so if you guys do decide to go over there, make sure you use my code MovieDen10. That'll get you 10% off your order. And of course, just clicking on the link and shopping there does help out this channel a lot, so I would really appreciate that. But guys, like I said, that is going to be the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and of course, you all take care.